Hello YouTube. I made a video earlier showing you me doing one of the first missions on Old Man Scenario, which has been released as part of Arma 3. But I wasn't really into the game at that point. I just wanted to show you something cool that I managed to record. But now I've been playing it for a few days straight. I've got to grips with it a bit, and I can now discuss some options that you've got and some options that you haven't got. Some of the options you haven't got are sometimes completing the mission you've got because for some reason it goes wrong. Maybe it's just me, maybe it is not, but it seems like there are issues with the mission advancement. For instance, I still haven't seen the end of the Rebel mission tree, which is quite gutting to be honest. And I can only get the CSAT missions, your main primary missions, to complete some of the time. I've successfully got past a certain point once, and every other time I've got there, at this one point you've got to, I don't know spoilers, but you've just got to do something and it doesn't work. And to the end of trying to fix that, I've installed mods, and I started with a cheat editor called SSPCM, which allows you to do things like your fatigue, infinite ammo, and invincibility, which I don't use. But the ones I do are the virtual arsenal, the virtual garage, and Zeus. I would be using spawning jet, except for some reason the controller mappings for the Xbox 360 controller which I use are not quite finished for the helicopters and the jets. It works perfectly for when you're on the ground, thank God, and in vehicles, of ground vehicles. But when you're in a helicopter or a jet, there are binding conflicts and things that aren't bound that need to be, and it doesn't work at all, unfortunately. But I'm sure they're going to fix that too. So let's talk about the virtual arsenal first, because that was the thing I found most handy to begin with. And I can access that quickly here. Shows you my soldier. And as you can see, just like in the virtual armory that comes with the game as standard, you can edit every single piece of equipment you have equipped and then have it in the scenario. And you can choose from not only all the equipment that came with the game, but any mods you've got installed as well. So for instance, just to pull one out of the bag, oh, you can save the setups as well. So for instance, if I show you this one, basically the same, except it's got the sniper rifle from Halo with a colossal silencer on it. Not really much I can say further than that. But I haven't even shown you the vehicles yet. Anyway, I'll just go back to my standard dude. Yeah, I use this to help me with the mission bugs by having saved loadouts with certain mission critical key items in them, so I can use it to advance the missions more quickly. And that sounds like cheating, but I've done them legitimately once already. I'm just trying to get past the bugs. Anyway, vehicle editor. Now this doesn't spawn an infinite number of vehicles. What this does is spawn one vehicle, which then becomes your personal vehicle, and you can't leave it behind and then go somewhere else and spawn it again and it'll come to you. If you try that, you go back to where you left the vehicle, as I'll demonstrate now. Yeah, this is where I left my Scorpion. Now you've got to be very careful about not spawning a massive fucking boat that you've downloaded, because it will fly way up into the air because it hasn't got a nice surface area to spawn in, and it will fly way up in the air and you'll probably die. So although that would be hilarious to watch for you, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is spawn one of these hover tanks back at base. I had to do some figuring out of stuff. I can't find a way of getting a soldier into the vehicle that you spawn yourself. I think I did it once, but I can't replicate what I did. Now what I can do is use the Zeus editor. And using the Zeus editor that comes with the game but is not normally available in Old Man scenario, you have to use the mod to get access to it in Old Man. And what I can do with it is spawn units. In fact, I can spawn whole groups of units. I could spawn a NATO mechanized forces and they would just fight the Chinese wherever he found them. But that's fun for another day. What I want to show you is the fact that you can pilot an APC and have a crew that will shoot stuff for you with it. So we're going to use an AMV7 Marshall because they're pretty cool. And what we're going to do is delete the driver. We'll set the skill to full. Make them aggressive and fast, even though they're not going to get out, hopefully. And we exit the editor. I get out my tank and I just wander over and get in the driving position of this bad boy. That's the local radio station with fanfare. What we're going to do is going to try and find some trouble. Some Chinese to destroy. Because they're all about releasing viruses, but no spoilers. Well, not a virus, something else. Pretty sure there's some down here. If not, there'll be some down the road. There's some at the sawmill, definitely. There might even be a few gendarmes who will be hostile on sight. There's a gendarme. See what he says. I'm just coming through. Gendarmes aren't hostile to the American faction. That's good. That means someone's programmed it right. Now the question is, will this replicate what I did earlier? Will this work? we're very lucky, the response to this assault on their base will spawn a helicopter. Oh hello, here's a whole fucking convoy, look at this. Normally they'd be hostile to me. It's probably because I'm wearing a uniform, but we'll see what happens when I kill one of them. Ah, that's weird. Did I run him over or didn't I? That's really strange. I appear to have broken it. There we go. So much for you fools. Take a bit of damage there, but we're alright. Had to get an alarm going, then they figured me out. Bada boom. Target that officer. Listen to you telling me where to go. I wonder if we'll get an armed response. Whatever, I can just leave that there and it will cover the whole area while I do my thing. And if it's not enough, I can just use the editor to put another one down. Oh, the joys are just beginning. Gendarmes. Thank you.